We'd been married for 7 years. We had a son, a mortgage, and at least I thought a strong marriage. She worked at a marketing agency, often staying late for client meetings. I never doubted her, not once. Until one night, I saw something that changed everything. I was out in the city after meeting an old friend. We decided to grab a drink at a bar downtown. I walked in, ordered a beer, turned around and froze. My wife was there, sitting at a table with one of her coworkers. They weren't kissing, but the way she looked at him, that kind of gaze doesn't happen between just friends. It hit me like a punch to the gut. I went home that night pretending nothing had happened, but I couldn't sleep. I lay there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, replaying the scene in my head. I could have swallowed her excuses, but that look told me everything I needed to know. If the truth was out there, I was going to find it, and I was going to handle it by the book. The next day, I started planning. In the garage, I installed a GPS tracker in her car, hidden well enough that she'd never notice. At home, I mounted a small camera in the hallway near the front door. I didn't tell a soul, not even my closest friends. For the next 2 weeks, I tracked her movements and reviewed every bit of footage. The GPS showed her visiting neighborhoods that had nothing to do with her work. The camera caught her coming home late with that same coworker laughing, kissing at the door, slipping inside while I was supposedly away on a business trip. I watched it all from a hotel room, live streaming the betrayal right to my laptop. It was like being punched in the same spot over and over. But now, I had undeniable proof. 2 weeks later, I walked into a lawyer's office with a neatly organized folder, screenshots of GPS logs, video stills, timestamps, and names. My lawyer looked through it and said, "With this much evidence, we can end the marriage fast. You'll keep the house and the car." I nodded and added, "And I want child support. Everything must be done legally." But I wasn't done. Just walking away would have been too easy for her. I wanted everyone to understand why I was leaving no lies, no spin. I copied the videos onto USB drives and mailed them to her parents, her boss, and a few close friends. It wasn't about humiliating her. It was about making sure the truth was crystal clear. The fallout was immediate. At work, her boss called her in for a private conversation, and by the end of the week, she voluntarily resigned. Her parents stopped taking her calls. The coworker she'd been seeing turned out he was married too, and when his wife found out, he cut ties with her completely. She moved out, taking only what was legally hers. I kept the house, the car, and most importantly, full custody of our son. And yes, she now pays me child support every month. A month later, I booked a ticket to a destination I dreamed about for years. I remember sitting in the airport, passport in hand, feeling lighter than I had in a decade. Sometimes revenge isn't about shouting or screaming, it's about letting the truth do the talking. And believe me, when the truth is cold, it's incredibly satisfying.